how you can get involved. So it started out with this problem of too much stuff. Both Sari and I have young kids at home, and 3 years ago when this was kind of synthesizing, I had a 1 and a 3-year-old, she had a 5 and a 7-year-old, and we were noticing how quickly things multiplied. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember Tribbles, but it's like Tribbles. Like, they just keep expanding in your house, there's more and more stuff, and I could see it everywhere around me too. We happened to buy a house in a neighborhood filled with retirees who spend their days competitively mowing their lawns. It just is like the hobby there, but I could see every year one neighbor would get out his fancy one-time use lawn edger and he would edge the edge of his lawn, and then the next one would get out his and he would do his lawn, and the next one would get out his and he would do his lawn, and they all owned one. And they used it once a year, and that was it, and then it'd get put away for another year. And hopefully it worked the next year, and the mice didn't get to the cord, and all of that stuff. And I said, what, like, why? Why do we have to have all of this stuff? We could have one of these for 50 houses, and that would be more than enough lawn edgers for everybody. And so this was like the problem we were seeing. And then one day I saw an article about a library of things. And this was a new concept to me. It shouldn't have been, because we have a really vibrant tool library here in the Twin Cities. We have a really great toy library here in the Twin Cities. I should have known about it, I didn't know about it, but it smacked me in the face. Like, here's the solution to what you're seeing. And so I sent it over to Sari. We've worked together for a long time. We were at Target, we were at United Healthcare. We've been working together for a really long time. We're really great friends, and we both have this same heart of wanting to do more, wanting to do better, and wanting to leave the world a better place for our kids. And I sent it over to her, and she was on board immediately. So we had decided that this is it. This is what we can do. This is our solution, that we could open a library of things ourselves. So a library of things is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of borrowing books, you borrow stuff. It's about having access to that stuff, not ownership over that stuff. You don't need to own it if you only use it once a year. So within 3 months of that article, we were up and running. We got a storage unit at our local storage facility that's like in the middle of our 2 houses, so we could both get there easily. And we got 150 square feet, and we used 200 items that we already owned. We just dumped them into the storage unit, we got them listed online, and that was the beginning. Now, it's 2.5 years later, we are still both working, full-time working moms. We still have small kids, they're doing all sorts of sports and activities, so we have not had the meteoric growth that maybe we were thinking at the beginning. We're slow rolling it, we're doing what we can when we can. But at this point, we have, we can go to the next slide. At this point, we have over 800 items in inventory with 400 more waiting to be listed. We have almost 50 members. We have 1,100 plus square feet of storage, and we've done over 1,600 loans to the community. So all of those items are things that people didn't need to buy. They didn't need to buy tables and chairs for their party and then put them in their garage. They didn't need to buy camping gear to go camping for the first time. You can go to the next one. And so, kind of some membership details. We have tried to make it as easy as possible for people to become members, whether they can afford it, and they pay for the membership, or whether they use a sliding scale fee based on income, or if they want to volunteer and get a free membership. We've tried to make it easy for everybody to join. We offer quarterly, semi-annual, and annual memberships, and you can get anywhere from 2 to 20 items at a time, depending on how big your event's going to be or what you're trying to do. Our standard loan is 7 days, and then in the last 3 months we moved to self-service pickup to make it even easier for everybody to access the library. We had hours during the day, during the week previously, and obviously that's challenging for everybody to get away from their jobs and come get the stuff that they need. So now with 72 hours notice, they can reserve their items online. Our entire catalog is available online for them to see. They can reserve their items. We will pull them and put them into a separate storage unit that has a lockbox, and they can come in anytime that the storage facility is open, pick up their items, and take them home, and return is exactly the same way. They don't have to even talk to us if they don't want to. We send them text messages and emails to let them know their order's ready, and then they can come get it whenever they're ready for that. Let's see. What our members borrow. So we hear different things from all sorts of people, and some people don't talk to us at all. We have no idea what they're doing with the stuff that they borrow, but a lot of people we've developed relationships with over the time they've been part of the library. We've done over 4 weddings that we know about. We've done dozens and dozens of graduation parties. So we have 100 chairs, we have tables, we have chocolate fountains and drinks and cotton candy machines and all sorts of fun stuff to make your day special. First time camping trips. So you don't have to spend $500 to try camping for the first time. The outdoors belongs to everybody. We want to make that possible. We've done a lot of baby gear, so when you have family coming to town and they are traveling with small kids, anybody who has kids knows how challenging that is. You can pick up a pack and play, you can pick up toys, you can pick up a high chair, all of the things that you need. If you have family coming in from Texas over the winter, we have all the snow gear that they might need so you can take them sledding for the first time. And you don't have to own it, and you don't have to go try to hunt it down from 42 different people. We're a one-stop shop, it's all right there. We have really fun cooking tools like pasta makers, ice cream makers, the Ninja Creamy, all sorts of great stuff. So you can try it and find out that you don't need to spend that $200, you're not gonna use it, you really aren't. But you can find that out and then you don't have to do it. Or if you love it and it turns out you're gonna be a pasta maker for life, then it might be time to invest in your own, but you've gotten a chance to attempt all of those things. We have tons of party supplies and photo backdrops that are super popular, a lot of outdoor games that people enjoy. So we have people doing all sorts of one-off events like that. We also have families that the mom pulls up the thing every week and the kids pick out what they want that week, what they want to play with, what they want to try, what they want to attempt. And then the dad comes in and he picks it up and everybody gets to try something new that week and see what they might be interested in. We can do the next one. So these are just some, it's a little hard to see up here, but some examples of what we have. So tons of outdoor games, obstacle courses, dehydrators, all sorts of crazy stuff that you can try. Anything that you can think of, we probably have. We have a couple industrial cotton candy makers, so if that strikes your fancy, it's all there and ready to go.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Where are you getting this stuff from? So like you said, it started with 200 items of your own.
Yes. So a few different places. It's still coming from us a lot of the time. So I hosted my daughter's golden birthday a few weeks ago and we bought some specialty items for that, golden jungle animals and stuff, and those will go to the library when I'm done with them. We also have donations from the community. We have a pretty vibrant Facebook group, so when stuff comes up, we get donations from there. And we have one corporation that we work with that will pass stuff on to us as well.
Can you name that corporation?
No, I'd rather not.
Where is this located?
It is on the border of Edina and Bloomington, 494 and 169.
So do people ever in your community or who are members say, I have a dozen chairs, but I use them fairly regularly, so I don't want to put them in your storage unit, and you can then call on them if there's a need, or is that not how it works?
We haven't gone with that model just because of the level of management that would take to know what was where, and then if somebody damages somebody else's stuff, being on the hook for that. Right now, if it gets damaged, we take it out of circulation, we fix it if we can, and if we can't fix it, it's our problem to deal with, and we aren't ready to spread that joy amongst the community. There are definitely peer-to-peer sharing groups out there, that's just not our model.
Right. So that actually semi-answered that question. If something comes back, let's say they borrow, a dozen glass gobblers or whatever, goblets, and one breaks, so hey, life happens, how does that work?
Yeah, it completely depends. It's, situational. So we have stuff that comes back and we had somebody return all of our chairs and tables wet, which means Sari and I had to call our husbands and say, can you pick the kids up tonight? Can you take them to gymnastics? Can you whatever? We have to stay and dry all of this so it doesn't rust. So we fined that person $25 because that was a huge inconvenience, time suck, damage to our goods. We have other things that it's just wear and tear, and that it's just wear and tear, and we just say, don't worry about it. or things that are just coming to their natural end of life. And then when there is active damage to something, we will find them according to the value of that good or the replacement value. When we're looking for new stuff, we're looking usually on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. It still exists, it's still out there. So we try to find everything secondhand if we can, so that we aren't contributing more to the consumerism.
And then you said 7 days is that rental. What if they don't bring it back, or if they keep it for a month, like that?
So we have never had anybody flat not bring it back. Most people will renew, and if it is available, there's nobody reserving it, they can just renew online. It's not a problem, or they can send us a text and we'll renew it for them. If they didn't renew and they didn't let us know, it's $1 a day fine per item. Yep.
So you said you registered as an LLC, so how have you found that you've been able to finance it? You guys like self-finance it, or do you apply for grants or?
So we self-finance it. So both of the other libraries in the Twin Cities, the Toy Library and the Tool Library, are both nonprofits, and we follow the exact same model that they do, but as two working moms, we don't have the capacity to set up a board. And if the library were to dissolve, I don't know how many of you are nonprofits, all of the goods would have to go to a nonprofit, and a lot of this is our own stuff, so we don't necessarily want to lose access to it if the library were to dissolve someday. So we just haven't been ready to pull that trigger, but we do operate in a nonprofit manner. We both work volunteer. Whenever there's a shortfall month over month, we just cover it. We view it as a service to the community. So luckily we're in the position where we're able to do that. So why it matters? At the heart of it, we think access is more important than ownership. We're trying to build a local system where resources can be shared, and we don't have to keep stockpiling. We don't have to keep having bigger homes to store all of the things that we want to have. And it's better for our wallets. It's better for our wallets. It's better for our closets. It's better for the planet. So that is why we're doing what we're doing. Next slide. Next slide is just getting involved. You can become a member, either a paid membership, which we really appreciate, or free. You can get a free membership. It's a sliding scale based on income, or you can volunteer, and anybody who volunteers 5 hours or more a month gets a free membership. You can donate items that are in good condition. We take any durable goods that can be reused again and again. Following and sharing us on social media, that I think is our biggest barrier. We don't do a lot of marketing. We're mostly word of mouth, and like we'll reply to somebody's post on Buy Nothing that the Library of Things would really love that. And then that is actually one of our biggest sources, Buy Nothing groups. I'm in one of the biggest Buy Nothing groups in the state, and just fortunate for where I live. And so there's a lot of great stuff that comes through there, and we're 100% transparent. We would love this for the Twin Cities Library of Things. And every time I say that, then we get 3 more people in our Facebook group because they didn't know about us. But that is also where a lot of our stuff comes from. And then if you join our Facebook community, you can stay up to date on what we're doing, where we're at, what new things are coming up. There's new stuff coming out every day.
So, how many members do you currently have? Did you say at the beginning?
49 right now.
Did you say what membership costs?
Anywhere from $49, so it's quarterly through annually at 2 items through 20 items. So it's a whole spectrum from $49 to $139 is our top out. Any other questions I can answer? Yep.
With the self-service